Okay, cool. All right, everybody, we are live again. Dynasty Mirror Search for Uhuru, and this is a special edition. We usually don't rock on Sundays, but this is a special edition.
We're gonna rise up on Sunday
with College Genesis. Now, today's topic is changing Black people's environment without changing dysfunctional behavior. Now, Colin, I'm gonna give you a couple of examples here in Atlanta. So you have Stone Mountain, Georgia.
Yeah.
Middle to upper class, middle class to upper class, upper to middle class, whatever it is, right?
Right.
But you have these kids, right, who are living in these upper and middle class homes who for some reason want to thug it out.
Yeah. Yep.
It
defeats the purpose.
It defeats the purpose.
That's what happened to Compton. That's what happened to Inglewood. That's what happened to every last single Black community. You know what I'm saying? You want to move up, you want to move it on up, but you don't want to leave the bullshit back where it's at. I got to keep it real.
Now, Colin, somewhere closer to you, from my understanding, the same thing is happening in Prince George, PG County.
Oh yeah. The outflow of DC and everything, but the Black people in Prince George's County. Hold on for a second. The Black people in Prince George's County are not having it. You know what I'm saying? Because they're like this. Look, we worked all these years to get this far and stuff like that, but now we got to deal with the same fuckery. But they can't nothing you can do about it, because you gotta understand something. Prince George's County, the people there are high salary government workers and stuff like that. It's not a community where you have Black millionaires and billionaires and everything. They can and real estate developers and everything like that. It's just an outflow of a Black enclave that was basically set up by white people. Okay, here's your what you have. You sell in large numbers, but y'all all commute to the city. So that was good for post-civil rights coming into the thing. We've never built the sort of communities in America where we can have exclusivity. We could basically say, if you come in here, this is the way you're going to behave. Boom, boom, boom. Everyone's an individual. As what happens is, somebody falls on a hard time, he got to rent out his house for Section 8. And you got the Section 8 people in there, large numbers and everything, living next to middle-class Black people and everything. Or somebody knows their homies in DC, in the hood and everything. Or remember that, I don't know if you remember this. This is back in the 90s, this girl named Kendra.
Who?
This girl named Kendra. I forgot her last name, light-skinned girl from New York, right? And she was going to, I think it was Hampton University or Howard. I can't remember, Hampton University, one of them, HBCUs. And she was, valedictorian and everything. She got hooked up with drug dealers, And what happened was her boyfriend got killed, right? But she was facing, she got caught up when she was carrying drugs and got involved. Good, clean girl from middle class background, but she got caught up in the drug life and everything like that. And they gave her like 50 years. But all the Black politicians, Jesse Jackson, all of them rallied behind her. No, this is not fair. This is like, because she comes from that Boulay crowd, She was some light-skinned Boulay person, She got hooked up with some thug from New York one night, and she was basically fell in love. And she was running. She was heavily involved.
Did she end up serving time?
She was served time. I think she did like 7 years.
But Colin, what's crazy? What's this girl's name again?
Kendra.
You don't understand the number of Kendras that are at universities right now.
Right. Yeah, that's what it is. The thugs and all the gangs and stuff like that. You heard about the shooting that happened in Delaware State.
Yeah, I did.
I'm like this. Wait a minute, Bloods and gangs fight, shooting out on campus. What the hell's going on? Not only you got transgenders coming to Morehouse, you got Bloods and Crips destroying the fabric of Black education. What the hell is going on? You cannot talk about changing people's environment. Send them to college. Send them to the military. We got people going to the military. Bring gang members being more trained in military tactics when they come out on the streets.
Right.
The mentality has to change. It ain't enough to change somebody's environment. Send them here. Send them here. And that's what they're finding with MS-13. They said, look, we can send them, deport them. They come back over. They get more stronger and bigger. We can't keep deporting the problem. You have to fix the problem at source. Is that the people have to be made to change. People don't like when I say this, but like Mao Zedong, China was in the same situation after the Chinese Revolution, right?
Right.
And everything. They had a mass re-education program by force. You don't want to re-educate. You want to, so like, you still want to do all the same thing that you did that destroyed our civilization. Well, there's one solution for you: a bullet in the back of the head. You know, and guess what? Over a time period, China regained their civilization back. Black America, we never had any control over our situation, but with the gangs and this gang culture and stuff like that, ratchet culture, is destroying what feeble attempt we have to build anything. You know, I don't want to hear about what somebody president's going to do for us or whoever like that. That's irrelevant in Black America. It's irrelevant to even tell a black person who to vote for. Why? Because there's no sort of system that guarantees you anything, any outcome. It's every man for himself. So if it's every man for himself, don't talk to me about who to vote for, who is somebody else vote for. That's not even our conversation. It's not even our right. We lost that right. We lost that right when we failed to protect and build anything with our people. If you don't have anything for your people, you have no right to tell them who to vote for, what to buy, where to live, whatever, or who to marry. If there's no us, there's no we, and everything, and there's no standard, and there's no what's the word I'm looking for, Diane? There's no standard or there's no code.
Yeah, no code.
Yeah, don't talk to black people about what they should and should not do. You shut the hell up and let people do what the hell they want to do, because there is no damn code. There is no Black America. There's no Black community. So stop saying there is one. So
And it's the same thing when I was in college. I was playing with cats on the football team and running track with cats that it's just like, you're in college now. Why do you decide to adopt, you know, this type of behavior? You're in college on scholarship.
because we don't take college seriously. Why? Because we don't have anything tangible to really gain from college. You know, white people go to school and everything. They know that they're gonna come out and they're gonna be part of the world. Even a white person could be a dog catcher. He still feels that he's part of something. Black people, this is another thing. This is controversial. What I'm about to say. This is what controversial. What I'm about to say, and I gave a lot of thought before I'm gonna say this on the air. Okay, a lot of feelings gonna be hurt by what I'm about to say, and I'm gonna piss a lot of people off, and I'm gonna make a lot of enemies. But like I said, I'll give you my email address and everything. My enemies, you can come in there and curse me out all you want. There is bullshit. Black people in America have to do two things. Either you got to get behind the nationalist movement, rebuild yourself from ground up, and build a nation of your own, or you better embrace America and live by the rules of this country and try to assimilate and get along. There's only two options.
Repeat that again, Colin.
Okay, black people only have two choices: join the BAO, Search for Huru, and other nationalist organizations. Help us build Africa so you have a homeland to go to and a place of abode or wherever you want to do, citizen, whatever you want to do, or you're going to assimilate fully into American society. I'm just sick and tired of hearing about people talk about, well, I don't know about this, I don't know about Trump, I don't know about the Democrats, and you got people out here talk about we don't have any stake in this election or whatever like that. You know, we don't have. So in other words, basically, I'm getting the fact that a lot of AWS people, a lot of these reparations people are secretly working to undermine the black vote, right? To deliver Trump another victory. Okay, that's your thing. Hey, if you want to vote for Trump, just come on and admit, I want to vote for Trump. I don't want to see Democrats win and stuff like that. But don't sit here and tell me that you're serious about getting a reparations check and everything, or you serious about that's going to be a real agenda. You want black people to be so pissed off that everybody says no reparations that they stay home in next November. That's all it's about. It ain't about you really seriously thinking about you going to get some reparations or there's some real agenda to get reparations, to even engage the political system. When I've just said to you now, Black America is completely dysfunctional. So who are you talking about? You can't speak even when you sign any document, everything like that. You got to attest to that you're confident, or you have the will and desire to see what you're talking about, and all stuff like that. And I of sound mind and body. Black America, does it seem like we're sound mind and body to make any real political decisions like that?
No.
No. Have anybody ever got together and built a consensus? Right. So how can you not have a consensus among black people, a real census, and give it a mandate before you start talking about something major as challenging the U.S. government for reparations? You know you're not serious. You know the only thing serious about black people is not being serious. That's the only thing serious about being black in America is not being serious. The coonery, buffoonery, dick riding, and ratchetness is an all-time high. The buffoonery is at an all-time high. So the bottom line is, can you change Black America? Some people will say, well, Black America needs a new, fresh start. We need our own nation. I agree, we need our own nation. But you think you're gonna bring this fuckery to a new nation? You think if Black people don't change the way we are, right? Let me give you a perfect example.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Majority of Black people, a good percentage of Black, I'm saying majority. I would say about a good quarter of Black America do not respect authority.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? Are incorrigible, unruly, sociopathic, psychotic, dangerous, violent, unruly, just do whatever they want to do, fly up at the handle, emotional, toxic. A good quarter of Black America is like that. And that's not a joke. That's not a joke. We see it right here online, where online platforms can't even agree to disagree without people threatening each other and all this kind of freaking nonsense.
All right. Or here's my favorite. Here's my favorite. Oh, you don't believe that Nipsey Hussle was killed by the government? Oh, you an agent.
Oh, Nipsey Hussle, Jesus Christ. You heard the newest one?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Nipsey Hussle is Jesus Christ. Oh, Nipsey Hussle's still alive. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna raise from the dead on Easter Sunday. You know. And the bottom line, if you don't go along with this fuckery and this all this kind of nonsense and everything, there's something wrong with you. Anybody that has a sound mind, body, reasonable and intelligent and everything, we're the bad guys. You being intelligent, you tell people like it is. Your culture's failing. It was 20 years ago. I told the story before on the show. I had a white kid come up to me and say, something what I admire about Black kids. He was in high school. He said, when you go to the mall, all the Black kids are dressed nice. The Black girls are dressed nice. The guys got their pants creased, got layer shoes and everything. He said, well, the white kids walk around, they're all bummy. They got clothes all torn up and everything. And they don't care about they're dirty. They're out there playing skateboard. They're dirty. They don't change. He said, the Black kids always have nice clothes, stuff like that. He said, that's why we want to be like them. Now, 20 years later, what the hell happened? What the hell happened that the Black men, grown men, are looking so sloppy and broken in public? Are you going to tell me that's normal? A grown man sitting there with his underwear hanging out and everything like that. Grown man in his 50s and 60s, hanging in his pants, hanging out of his ass. That's normal. That's sane to you. That's reasonable and logical. And you're going to think you're going to build something with that person, or that person could do anything besides being a fuck up? Trust me, I got enough Pookies and Ray Rays in my family to attest to this. So the bottom line is this. Black America has to change. And it has to change by basically accepting the ugly truth. Something about truth? Truth is like this. Truth is like that. Let me tell you how truth works, right?
Go ahead.
Have you ever had your heart broken? There was this girl that you liked. I did before. I'm not really broken.
I've been very disappointed. Put it like that.
Disappointed, I'll say, but then you get angry, right? Sometimes it's better to get it's better just to grieve. I was heartbroken. She didn't like me, blah blah blah, and just grieve about it. Then hold that anger business. My problem was I never really got heartbroken. I always hold my anger and bitterness and stuff like that, and I lash out. That's the problem with me. I hold grudges. That's one of my things. I hold grudges. I don't forgive very easily. Okay. But the thing is, check this out. If you basically walk around the corner of your block or your hood, whatever like that, and that girl that you had eyes on and everything like that, and she was so nice and sweet to you, and the next thing you know, she walk around the corner and she's hugged up with some other guy kissing her, that feeling that you get, everybody's been there. That feeling that you get, right, in your gut, right, you're just falling over like, oh my God, I bet she loved me, but the truth was revealed. When you walk around that corner and she's hugged up with that dude, and she says, "Hi, how you doing? How you doing, Dinas? How you doing, Colin? How you doing?" And the dude was like, "Yo, what's up?" And I'm saying, the dude's like, "What's up?" Yo, that's my friend Colin over there. I'm like, "Oh my God, just a friend?" Anyway, so you go in your house and whatnot, and you like, "Oh my God, man!" For like 2 days, you don't want to go. You crawl up in your closet. You don't want to do nothing and everything like that. Right. Why? Because the truth was revealed. Black America has to have that truth in your gut. The truth is gonna make you mad. I call it Genesis says stuff to make you mad. The madder you get, I'm telling the truth. If I wasn't telling the truth, you wouldn't get upset. If I was just sitting there talking about the jibber jabber and mumbo jumbo and everything like that, if I was sitting here mumbo jumbo, boom chakalaka laka, mumbo jumbo, boom chakalaka laka, mumbo jumbo, boom chakalaka laka. Yeah, you love me. But because I tell the truth, right, you hate me. And like I said on your chat the other day, this guy said, Colin, you're a really sick man. I said, look, I love to hate. Thanks for listening. You're pulling up this video and listening that gave me one more view on Dynasty Show.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
So keep giving me all the hate. I'm telling you like it is. Black America has to change. And one of the main things Black America has to change is we have to confront white America and white supremacy and on the idea how you confront them is telling them that we don't need you. You can't go up to white people and talk about, well, I'm an American Negro, and we got to solve these things and change America for the better, and all stuff like that. The white man's looking like, okay, Negro, we're gonna change America for the better, which means ain't nothing gonna change. Everything is out there, the police, courts, everything, the banks and everything, Wall Street, everything is in his hand. He has all the power. What the hell has he got to need you for? He ain't gonna share anything with you. I don't care who you elect in this country. The infrastructure of America is in the hands of white people. That's it. That's why they don't care who gets in the presidency. They don't really give a damn. If they don't even really give a damn about Donald Trump, they know in the end, what I'm saying, this country is under their power and control. And you ain't got a damn thing. You can do nothing about it but hip and holler, yell, scream, and talk about you're gonna what, Dennis? You're gonna
Rise
what?
up.
We're gonna rise up. We're gonna rise up. You dusty niggas ain't rising up nothing. You know what I'm saying? I had Dusty niggas sent me a picture the other day with him with an AK-47 with an RBG flag on it with black power fist up. I'm like, dude, man, that's not the way. That's not what I need. I don't need that. I need people with education, skills, talent, and stuff like that. I need more Daniel Samirs. I need more O'Shea Duke Actions. You know what I'm saying? I need more people like that if I'm going to have a revolution. So the bottom line, all that stuff, look, the bottom line, shut up. Just sit down and shut up. We go from one pathology, shooting each other, and then think you're going to, I'm going to solve it by, it's time to get our guns. Black power, man. Black power, man. There's never been in the history of America where a black man has ever made a black power move and took the a couple times. The Black Panther Party in the 60s did shoot it up with the police. I give him that. I give him credit for that. And then there was this one Nation of Islam brother in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, that basically took on the police and went out there in the Nation of Islam in 1970. In Baton Rouge, there was an incident where Nation of Islam caused a ruckus in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, where they fought and shot out with the police and everything. Mm-hmm. Hey, I give them credit on that. But for most of you Negroes right there, you ain't rising up shit. So shut the hell up. You saw when those guns came out with the state police, the army, the National Guard came out with those automatic weapons. See how everybody calmed down in Ferguson that time. Remember that? Mm-hmm. Yeah. When they had those guns and everything. Oh, everybody was all breaking back. We're going to tear something else. So those guns came down there and the tanks and everything, brought by your President Obama, everybody just, and that was the last big rally march. I think Charlotte, they had a little something after that, But for the most part, the message was clear. You rise up and whatnot, they are saying they are ready for you. They're saying they're ready for you. Now, how can you say we're going to rise up and you're going to go back to the same community, which is a war zone? Look at Chicago right now. 50 people shot in the last week. 6 confirmed deaths. The police department.
Tyler, let me ask you, what's the issue? Why aren't we not changing the behavior?
Because we reject America. We reject authority because fundamentally black people are nationalists and they don't want to admit it. The right thing to do would be to get the hell out of America and build a nation of our own. That should be front and center. Everybody black person should want a national homeland. That would make black people more susceptible, or basically because you're saying, okay, winner takes all. White people, this is a white country.
No, but the thing is, it's just a small minority that thinks like me and you. Everyone,
but they're loud.
We built this country.
Yeah, they built this country, but they don't own anything. You were used to build this country. It's like the contractor, Dynasty, that's gonna fix your bathroom and everything. Now, what if a month from now he comes back and says, "Well, I installed that bathroom here. I can come over and take a shower anytime I want to."
Right.
You know,
Right.
you know,
Uh-huh.
you see, we understand Negroology, right?
Uh-huh.
Black people really thought that these neighborhoods in America belonged to them. Do they understand what it takes to build a sewer system, sidewalks, fire hydrants, utility poles, and stuff like that? It takes 50 years to finance that, right? They'll let you borrow those neighborhoods for a generation if you can get it together, right? Since we didn't get Compton together and we didn't get all these places together and everything because we have so much fuckery in Black America, now they're saying, you know something, we gave y'all a chance and everything like that. Y'all fucked up, so we're taking these communities back. Why? Because these communities have what? Infrastructure. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole thing. Nobody, infrastructure is not free. Now, if you want land, you get you go to Africa and say, look, we want like 25 square miles of land unoccupied that we can develop ourselves. Then you own it from top to bottom. But you don't own anything that you, when they build railways, they build skyways, they got telecommunications. All the telecommunications beaming through your house comes from somebody else. Are you going to have your own telecommunication system in America? Are you going to have all this stuff like that? Oh, we got BET. Okay, you got BET. But it still comes across on what, what's it say? Verizon or Cox or any of these other distribution channels. You are not in your own land. You're not the majority. You're not the effective majority. You're not the industrial majority. You're not the infrastructure majority. You're not the banking majority. You are not any position of power. Anytime you are in position of power, you are facilitating white domination, white supremacy. We all do. The jobs we work at, the companies we do are all white companies. We're facilitating white supremacy in their system. So the bottom line is this: you cannot fight you cannot bite the hand that feeds you.
Let me ask you this. So a lot of these like Compton, South Central, PG County, a lot of these areas were middle class, working families. Then of course you had situations like the war on drugs, crack cocaine gangs that came in, and now we've seen the aftermath of that.
Yeah.
Uh, as far as the dysfunctional behavior, who plays a role in that? Should we blame the government on that, or?
Well, it's two things. Two things, right? One is the cultural identity, right, of Black America, right? We have this culture that we don't value intellect. We don't. We value machismo, and that comes from being powerless. See, white people see power demonstrated in their lives all the time. Real power. My father's the clerk to the mayor. My father's a judge. My father's this. Every white person he has somewhere in his family, whether he's a police officer, a captain, or a lieutenant, wherever, or he's a Navy master chief, whatever like that. They're around people who are responsible, business owners and everything in power. So therefore, they know the language of people in power. The power people have responsibility. You know, they don't think like the average person. Black people think like the rank and file. Like it's like Brother Holt always says, the tenant and landlord mentality. You know, he says the tenant thinks one way and the landlord thinks one. Landlord thinks about the property value, the utilities, repairs, everything. The tenant is like, yeah, I'm just here. Black people have a tenant mentality. We're not the artisans. Well, we're not we're agent. We're the artisans. We're the talent, and they're the ones doing everything else. We have that mentality. Why? Because we fundamentally reject black authority. We reject black success. That nigga ain't telling me nothing. Oh, he would go to supervision. In the purpose of mine, and I've done it to myself, right? Who does he think he is? Who she think she is? Well, oh, she's an HINIC, head nigga in charge. With a white person, you sitting there cheesing. Oh yeah, Mr. Charlie, hell yeah, that was so funny. I saw the game too last night. Yeah, yeah. Black guy gets the same position when you want to suck your teeth, roll your eyes, and stuff like that. It's
Mm-hmm.
a culture of mediocrity and a culture of failure that we have to address. And those people who are in positions of power and authority in Black America don't play into that. I see a lot of people playing into that. They'll be like, "Oh yeah, such and such, this and the other thing." No, you're his boss. You know what I'm saying? You hire and fire him. You let him know how it is. I don't care if you don't like my authority. There's the door. You know, and we don't do that enough in Black America. We're always trying to appease because we don't know how to assume power and authority. You know what I'm saying? When you assume power and authority, you expect people who come under you, come under you to do what they have to do, or you like that because we don't want to seem like the white man. I seen I had when I worked in a nightclub, right, and I came in there, right. and I was enforcing a lot of rules like dress codes and everything like that. The owner's telling me, right? Get this. The owner's telling me, yeah, we like the way you enforce the dress code, I wear your suit and everything. But after a while, right, they're sitting there trying like, yo, man, why, stop being so hard on it. I said, you were the one who told me to enforce the dress code. But yeah, man, but but Bob, man, you gotta understand how the hood is, man. Some people don't like authority. I said, what do you hire me for then? You hired me to do a job, right? I'm gonna do a job. Then the next day, next day, like, something, you did a good job. What is it? You know what I'm saying? It's like black people have this idea. I'm like trying to tell them, if you want to have a business or something like that, there's rules. You gotta obey it. We're to the point now where we see the business is black owned. I can do whatever I want to do.
Right.
I can do it. I can do whatever I want to do.
But Kyle, I'm gonna say this, Kyle. It's getting a whole lot better though. I would say this.
It's getting better. It's getting better because the bottom of why? Because of young guys like your generation's coming up.
Mm-hmm.
You got young businessmen in their 30s, black business in their 30s, and stuff like that that are doing business.
Okay, so I heard my friend say this. He called them 60s babies, like babies born in the 60s. That's where the shit hit the fan. For some reason.
Yeah.
Well,
the bottom line is because I inherited Malcolm X and Martin Luther King, right? And both those two men were assassinated, right? So we didn't really have any real role models growing up about what we should do. All we knew was America was this problem. Then like I said, I was a teenager in the 80s, right? My parents voted for Ronald Reagan. We didn't know where it was going at. We thought racism was a thing in the past. We were told that racism was going to go past. Then I lived in upstate New York in a predominantly white community, and we saw things and experienced things that we were like, no, this is not over yet. And then we had the Howard Beach incident, '86. A couple of 2 years later, we had the Tawana Brawley incident that tore this upstate New York apart. The whole Tawana Brawley thing with Al Sharpton and all those people. And so therefore, I started looking at it and saying, look, we don't have any. Then all of a sudden, since we didn't have any real voice, right? Hip hop takes over, right? At first, Tupac was talking about black liberation and everything like that, right? But the people, the powers that be, right? Powers that this is another thing we have to confront. I was playing. I put a rapper called Killer Priest on my Facebook page this week, right?
Yeah.
I said,
Wu-Tang Clan.
We put Wu-Tang. He was with the Wu-Tang Sons of Man. Wu-Tang. You're all affiliated.
Mm-hmm.
And so I said the fact that this guy, his music, right, is so powerful. 5% Nation music, entertaining. I mean, bad. Killer Priest is an MC. You can take anybody on the mic. He's lyrical, crazy. The fact that his music, his genre of music, 12 O'Clock, Gravediggers, Guru, Gangstar, and all these other people like that, didn't get the money that Snoop Dogg made, right? Shows you that white America is deliberately controlling black music.
Mm-hmm.
And all we are is puppets. The death and the degradation in black America is for their entertainment.
Okay, so let me ask you this, Carlos. When you speak on the music, right? And a lot of people will justify it as in, well, the rappers are just telling their story. They're living their truth.
Well, no, that's bullshit.
Okay.
That's bullshit on whole wheat toast with a side of fries.
Okay.
Now, if you like a heap and pile of bullshit on whole wheat toast with a side of fries, you're going to buy that shit.
Right.
Because I was in the same hood in the 90s, right?
Mm-hmm.
Majority of black people were not doing all that stupid stuff. We were most of us young guys, we were in the 90s, we were in the martial arts. We were playing ball, stuff like that. The bottom line is, only time we heard gang, you had one or two people trying to form a gang, and they were dudes over there. The dudes over there. They didn't dominate the community. At least where I was at. They didn't dominate the community. Now you would hear some stuff about them shooting each other and this, that, and the other thing. It's like, those niggas don't shoot each other. That was their own thing. Most of us were not into that life. You know what I'm saying? We're not into that life. Those of us, we had jobs, we did things, we had girls, stuff like that. We could go do all the stuff we have. Some of us work jobs, some of us only even own small businesses back in the days, like I did, But the whole thing is they make it seem like, so therefore, who chooses what side of black America to be the hood? There were just as many 5%ers out there, right? But you don't see them on MTV talking about this is what we did. We the white
because it's not profitable, and then
it's not profitable.
Then you're intimidating white people when you do that.
So they're intimidating white people.
Let me ask you this real quick, Carla. Why are white people not intimidated by the fuckery in hip hop music now?
Because it don't affect them. It don't affect them. They know the bottom line is they're gonna see black people dying. You know what I'm saying? Black people die. Black pathology. It's like the Romans used to do. When they used to have gladiators, they would have their worst. The people they conquered, the Gauls, the Thracians, and all these other people like that, the Rhine people, and all these people from around the Mediterranean and Europe, in the ring killing each other as enemies. Why? For their entertainment. They said, "Oh yeah, we're gonna have this group right here." They say, and they will sit back and expect it. We're Black America is nothing but a spectator sport. All the pathologies and everything on TV and everything. Every time something happens in Black America, right away they start running to, "Oh, well, we need to fix this," which they not know they're not going to fix.
Mm-hmm.
Where they basically celebrate the same fuckery and finance and reward the same fuckery, and they act like they're serious about fixing Black America. The only people that can fix Black Americans are stuff. First of all, you gotta understand, you gotta set codes and say who you are. You know what I'm saying? Snoop Dogg with Martha Stewart? No. You know what I'm saying? No. He's not with us. You know? Most of these rappers are not with us. They're with the same fuckery, this, that, the other thing, and the majority of their music is bought by white people. So hey, if since white people let's stop all the bullshit. See, we need the 5%ers and all these other people start coming back and start making music challenge these motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's what we freaking need. You know what I'm saying? Create a good difference. The music industry, the Jews, and all these other people got rid of the 5%ers and all the gods, earth, and also they took all that messaging out of black music because they said we can't market that to white suburbia and beyond to around the world. It has to be gangster stuff. You can't have no Nation of Islam symbol. You had that 5% symbol. You had that black national stuff and everything. I mean, you had dudes that like Coogee rap that was kind of thuggish, but he was also very positive as far as being black and everything. You know, remember Heavy D made a song called "Black Coffee, No Sugar, No Cream." I
Yeah,
knew that right
that
there.
was my shit.
Yeah, but I remember they were playing on MTV, right? And you had white people with their awkward looking dancing, you know what I'm saying? Trying to dance to that and all that. And then next thing you know, it dawned on me, you know what I'm saying? We're bringing white people up. It dawned on me. White people coming into hip hop, right? And so therefore, Puff Daddy and that's why you think that Diddy's going through all the problems he's going through right now. You know what I'm saying? Why do you think this dude's almost suicidal? Because he know he.
It was suicidal.
Oh yeah, well yeah, you hear about that? He's basically talking about I'm going through some stuff and everything. A billionaire going through stuff I have in my life and look at that he knows he made mistakes with Kim Porter. He didn't marry her and stuff like that. And blah 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 blah. Okay, too late for that nigga, you know. But the whole thing is this: Diddy made a conscious decision, right, to basically go to war with conscious hip hop. Same thing with Nas. Same thing with all these people, right? Why? Because they want
Nas was pretty.
no. Nas is a sellout. Nas is a sellout. He's a worse sellout because he's half in and half out. You
Okay.
know, on one hand, he's half in. The other hand, he tries to appease that. Now, that's why Nas will never be on the level of even Jay Z. Jay Z just keeps it real, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But the bottom line is Nas was always been a sellout. And matter of fact, I remember his DJ used to work at the club I used to work at. I almost beat his DJ up, DJ Elliott. I almost beat that dude's ass one night, you know, because the dude was causing some stuff with talking and stuff on the mic, everything. And a shootout happened in the parking lot between the two dudes, and I almost got hit with a bullet. And one of my girls got hit with a bullet. Beautiful girl named Candace, beautiful sister. She's walking with a limp right now because he's in there hyping these thugs up and whatnot. And we had to deal with a fight in the parking lot and whatnot, and the dudes shooting and whatnot. I'm jumping over the damn wall and whatnot, dodging bullets and whatnot. Then I came back inside and said, "Yo, man, you do that one more time, I'll bust you right in the mouth." You know what I'm saying? So, what you talking about? You know what you did. I'm going to bust you right in the freaking mouth. I'm going to pull you up that DJ and bust you right in the mouth. And he goes, "Well, then he walked out while we got one of the dudes that was shot at us. We caught the dude down the road, right? Put him in the back of the trunk and brought him back to the club, right? And these boys beat. I guess the dude took a beating, man. He took that shit like a man. They beat him to he was a pile of blood. Anyway, DJ LES, big time Nas DJ, he's sitting there loading the stuff up like, I guess I'll see you guys later. I go, get your bitch ass out of here, you know, you sissy, you know, yellow nigga, you know. And so anyway, that's what I'm talking about. This shit is bullshit. All this bullshit. These rappers have these fake reputations, these fake accolades and everything like that. Virginia is a homeland of gangster rap culture and gangster culture. And we know these dudes are working at Taco Bell and everything like that. while they're working on a damn album, and they don't got the money they say they got. They don't have anything. They don't got the girls they say they got. They don't have anything they say they got, and everything like that. Atlanta, from what I'm hearing, is like you got like around 100,000 would be aspiring rappers down there and everything. Aspiring rappers in Atlanta. I heard the guy say, yeah, everybody's a rapper here. Just fuckery and just the community is going down, tubes, everything. We have to have a cultural revolution. The only cultural revolution is nationalism, a real nationalist movement. A nationalist movement will give everybody a sense of unity, pride, and accomplishment. But when you start talking about using, you think you're gonna fall down this trap of misogyny, violence, criminality, and all this kind of nonsense and everything. All you're doing is hurting yourself and you're hurting your community. Oh, you may make some money, like I said. I can't wait till my check came in. Red song, the check came in. I don't want to hear about no broke business. The check came in. I don't know who made that song, right? A couple years ago. The check came in. He goes, and he's on the thing saying, "Shh, that's the sound of my money." That's a song. Every a song. The shh sound. That's the sound of my money. I get it. Dudes grow up in a project, you dirt poor, you get a little bit of money, and you get some money, a lot of money, and everything like that, and then you're just happy and everything like that. You don't know what to do with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You got a lot of power, and there's nobody tells them how to act responsibility. How can you tell them how to act responsible? Where irresponsibility is going to make them even more money. The more irresponsible they are, they're going to make more money. Except for this case,
Right,
Kodak
exactly.
Black, where he really messed up. He said, okay, well, I crossed the line. Until they get to that point, like Cardi B, a video surfaced of her talking about she was drugging men and having trannies running on them and stuff like that, and they wake up with a condom in the shit like that. When stuff surfaces like that, then they got held to account. But other than that, if you're just talking about just shooting black people and fucking doing all this kind of disrespecting black women and all this kind of nonsense, glorifying red bones and light skinned people and everything, you saw what happened at Nipsey Hussle shooting. Some rapper named UG said, "Yo, we gotta protect these light skinned babies." Some stupid shit like that,
YG, yeah, YG.
He said, "Why? I never heard of him before."
Yeah. He's a rapper.
Yeah, so that's not Jeezy, is it?
No, it's not Young Jeezy. It's his name.
Yeah. Okay, I don't know who this guy.
Yeah.
He's another fuck up too, But I like some of his songs though. I give it to him. I like Jeezy's music, but I mean, he came to Virginia Beach, man, one year, man, in the club we're working at. He rolled. This dude rolled 50 cars deep, man.
Uh-huh.
Jeezy, I remember that night. Jeezy was there, man. That club was full packed. He rolled 50 cars deep.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, damn, man, you ain't nobody getting near this brother, man. VIP and whatnot, him and Allen Iverson, and I was like, these brothers roll deep, man. They roll like 50 deep, man. 50 deep. 50 cars deep. 4 people in the car. 4 or 5 people in the car, 50 cars deep. That's how deep them brothers roll. And I'm like, damn, But for the most part, man, like I said, long as we're in this situation where white people and the Jews control black talent, right, and market it to the world and white people and to ourselves, they market our talent.
Oh, that's right. Hey, Colin, you know who Young Jeezy's dating now?
Who?
What is I think the Asian girl off The View. You ever watch The View at all? I mean, I just.
No, I wouldn't surprise me at all.
Yeah, that shit is just.
Is it The Real or The View? The Real. There's an Asian girl in The Real.
Hold on, is she on The Real or The View?
The Real. I know the Real. Right? Oh yeah, she's fine, man.
Yeah.
How did Jeezy get that?
I don't know.
I don't know. Let's stop. Let's stop hating, man.
I'm not hating either. I'm not hating.
Let's not hate. Let's not put our hater in that. But goddamn.
No. How can I put it? I'm not hating at all. I just think it was just hella just.
Yeah, it's like damn, man. Even Tony Braxton with Birdman. Damn.
Yeah, but when you got money and resources, you get anything.
Oh yeah, sure. You got money. That's it, man. So that's it, brothers, man. And you got bros out there be like, I'm never gonna get that bad. Dudes will risk their life for that red bone, that light skinned, racial ambiguous chick. They will go out all out. So don't expect crime to end anytime soon. Not when there's reward and too much reward and very little punishment. You had a gang member in Portsmouth, Virginia. I remember this night because this guy, this came close to me because one of his cohorts almost shot a friend of mine. And I showed him the picture. I said, "Is that him?" I said, "Yep, that's him." and he was mixed race and whatnot. But the other guys, when they had a killing contest, who could get their body count up in Virginia Beach, Chesapeake. They were shooting random people. They weren't shooting other these cowards. They don't shoot other gang members anymore. Now the gang. So when you see Bloods and Crips uniting, you better beware. That means they're not gonna shoot each other. They're gonna be shooting you, and they got to shoot somebody to get into the gang. It's most likely to be you, a civilian. Before it used to be a code where you don't touch civilians, you respect adults and everything. They don't have that anymore. So the bottom line, and now there's reward now. If you do shoot somebody, you earn your stripes and everything, you might get a record deal. So tell me again what future Black America really has. Well, we just told you just over the show, right, for the last 45 minutes, that it's happening in Black suburbia. There's no Black community safe. There's no Black community safe because we don't want to take a stand. You know what I'm saying? We want to take a stand against stuff. How can you say that? Because they hide behind freedom of speech. So Black America, 400 years, our ancestors were fucked on the plantations. We're fucked here, even in suburbia. There's not a damn thing changed. We have no say-so. We have no power to change it. We have no resources to change it. And since we don't have any power and resources, you have no right telling somebody who to vote for.
Right.
You know, if Candace Owens feel that strongly about Trump and everything, and these people want to do that, let them go ahead and do it because there's no other alternative. If BAO talks about land infrastructure nationhood, let us be. Because the fuckery, buffoonery, and coonery and outright violence and ratchetness is at an all-time high. Tell me, the people who say, keep up with the struggle, let's keep struggling, banging these, they're not going anyplace. You see now that I have more progress talking to the Bloods and Crips.
Hold on, let me cut you off. So Prince Jaren says, so Bloods and Crips coming together are going to start killing random Black people for fun. Dude, listen,
happens now.
No, listen, Bloods and Crips aren't coming together. There's a peak every year.
Oh, we had one in '93. You know, after Rodney King. Oh, we're coming together. The bros are hugging and hugging each other. That lasted for like a week.
All right.
You know, so people are talking about, oh, Bloods and Crips are coming together. Yeah, peace at last. You know, I thank God Almighty, peace at last, and all this kind of stuff. Okay. So the bottom line is this, man. If you plan on living in Los Angeles, California, and you're Black, you're fucked. I hate to tell it to you. You're fucked.
Unless you got just money and resources.
Unless you got money. There's parts of California that is beautiful. Oh, yeah. You know, you ever see some condominium? Oh, my God, man.
L.A.
Oh, my God, man. You got parts of L.A. and even up along the coast. Yeah. You know, this small city of California is a beautiful state. If you want to distance yourself from the majority of fuckery in Black America, you can live a good life. If you're a Black individualist, right? The only way you can survive in America is being Black as an individualist. You know, as an individual, you have your house, you got your money, and you send your kids to school and everything. You got your friends. You live in a small to medium-sized town and everything, and you're not involved in the so-called Black stuff and everything. You'll live a good life. You'll live a happy life, you know?
All right.
But the thing is, until white people, somebody calls you nigger, they're like, well, I'm lost now. I can't go back to the community. Never like that.
Or you know, you pull up into your $5 million home in your exclusive subdivision, they call the cops on you.
Yeah, you're going to call the cops on you, you know? And that's what happens. That's what happens all the time. You know what I'm saying? All the time. So the whole thing is,
Hold on, stop the show. The feast says this man named 30 problems and not one single solitary solution. We already named the solution.
We named the solution.
He names the solution every time.
We told you nationhood, land infrastructure, nationhood, a new culture, identity of nation. Nation building is a culture. That's the solution right there. You know, so get your fucking head out your ass and freaking think for a while. You know, your head so far white America's ass you can see out their nose. You know. Maybe forget what I was going to say. Oh, yeah, there is a solution. Join the Black African Infrastructure Organization, Land Infrastructure Nation, not for you, not for your dusty ass, but for your kids and your future generations. And you'll have the satisfaction and the peace of mind knowing that there's something else. Right now, Black people know if you feel hopeless or not, imagine what the guys out there with 10 felonies and guns and gangbanging and
shitty
cousins feel.
All right.
You know, he would probably that shitty cousin was just probably on his last thing. He said, you know, he was on his last thing. He's like, well, I'm trying to break in as a rapper. I'm trying to get next to Missy, and Missy calls him out and so on. He's like, he snapped. I wouldn't have snapped like that, but he snapped. He snapped and took his life. That's what you're dealing with. You're dealing with dudes that are on the edge. That'll take your life at any time. Don't give me that crap about no Bloods and Crips reunion. You are a fucking fool if you believe that. You are a freaking fool if you believe that nonsense.
But then it was crazy. At I guess during, not, it wasn't actually at the funeral procession, but either after or before or whatever. There was a shootout. 4 people got killed. I mean, one person got killed. 4 people shot.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Guns. As long as you got these thugs and these criminals and these gangs got guns and whatnot, you can forget it. It's like having a government. It's like the internal government on the streets and everything that with their own laws and everything that with power, life and death. They have more power over you than the police do. The average gang member, remember Juice?
Oh yeah, I love you.
Tupac. He said, yeah, I don't give a fuck.
Mm-hmm.
But guess what? I'm not gonna be shit. And he goes like this. And bottom line is, as soon as your life is in my hands, because as soon as I decide that you're not worth it, I'll take you. Basically, that was the truth, though. That's what the truth is with this these thugs and whatnot. They want that power of life and death over the people they terrorize, the community. And you're not going to stand up to them and everything. You're going to talk about, oh, peace be unto the Bloods and Crips and everything like that. They don't care. They know you're scared. They know you live in fear. Even the brothers even the dudes that aren't Bloods and Crips know how to wear certain colors and bluff and intimidate grown black men. They know how to intimidate grown men. And when I remember a few years ago, it was like back when I was training martial arts for my boys. And all of a sudden, this one lady, Miss Cleo, she managed a building that my teacher, they live in. And she was like, yeah, she was like telling us if you guys wanted some extra money to do security work on the property and stuff like that, I was considering it. And she goes, yeah, the building over there. She goes, I don't understand how you got grown black men. They go to some of these boys outside playing the music and they're loud outside and everything. And she goes, and what gets me is the people I feel for are the working class black people who don't have money. They don't have the means to move out and everything. And they're telling them, it's clear, I just work hard, I work 2 jobs and everything. And these guys out here, and she was like, well, why do you let these young punks intimidate you? And she goes, you're a big man, 6'4". Why are you let these? She goes, these dudes got guns. I'm just trying to let they could shoot my car up and let my head. They do all kinds of stupid shit and everything and whatnot. I don't want to come to that. I just want to live in peace, And so that's the bottom line. The average black man, the working man, the guy who minds his business, that's the man. That's the people I fight for. That's who I want to build something with. I don't give a fuck about these gangs and thugs and shit like that. You don't mean shit to me. Now I'll send you over to my good brother, Minister Daoud, and whatnot. Maybe he can minister you and get you right.
Right.
Okay. Once he gets you right, then you come over to the College Genesis.
So let me ask you this, Colin. People like me and people like you who just don't have the patience of trying to reform, all these grown deadly clowns.
Yeah.
Are we wrong for that?
No, we're not wrong. You know what I'm saying? Because somebody has to stay strong, like Thanos said. The hardest decisions require the strongest wills. I'm a strong-willed person. You know what I'm saying? I may say things to hurt people's feelings, but I know I'm telling the truth. And the bottom line, some people feel sympathy and everything. No. Okay, look. Bottom line, this is my price. This is what you're gonna do if you want to get near me and Dynasty and everything. This is what you're gonna have to do for us. And there's no second chance with me. You fuck up, you're done. So why? Because I'm thinking about the future. I'm not gonna sacrifice the future of anything I'm doing for 1 or 2 people. It ain't gonna happen. Black people don't want to listen. They don't want to learn. They just want to. They want their opinion, and they want to overstep their bounds and be lifted up. Well, absent any effort, any effort or any motivation. It takes hard work. Everything we do in life takes hard work. Effort. Wealth is created by work, and exertion. No matter how many robots we have, no matter how many technology we have, everything requires human ingenuity and human work and stuff like that. That's the way the world is. And people have to be disciplined in everything. I have to discipline myself. There's a lot of things I want to do and stuff like that, but I know I can't. Why? Because I haven't really disciplined myself to do that stuff. When I discipline myself, when I do discipline myself, something, I'll be a couple of years from now. I'll be like, damn, I accomplished that. You ever did that, Dinus?
Yeah.
You're like, oh my
Yeah.
god, I did that. I'm like, how the hell did I do that?
Yeah, exactly. Either when you look back or when somebody points it out to you.
Yeah, somebody points it out to you. You're like, oh yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Holy shit, you know,
Right.
I did that shit, you know. Even being like I said, a friend of mine, a female friend of mine, was talking to me last night, and she's reading my novel, and she was like, "Oh my god, you did a lot of research in this thing, you know." So I could tell this book is well written. I said, you know something, I did. I forgot I had to get like 20 different books on navigation and shipping and stuff like that. I had to learn all that stuff as a prerequisite to writing the novel and stuff like that. I said, "Well, I did all." And she goes, "And you did this for what?" I said, "Well, I did this because I felt this not the story had to be told. I disciplined myself. I was working two jobs, working my insurance business and two other jobs on the side, right? You know what I'm saying? And I still found time at night, you know, and doing blog talk radio, right? And doing blog talk radio at the same time, and still found time to write this novel, you know, and put this stuff together. So the bottom line is this: if I can do it and everything, you can get out of that life and want to get yourself an education, get yourself a trade and everything, and come join us in building something. You know, but I'm not going to accept you. I would accept you cold. That means the way you are, or I'll accept you hot. But I'm not going to take lukewarm people. People half in the thug life and half in the movement. No, you're not going to be both. You got to choose. You have to choose. Everything requires a sacrifice, a choice. You know, in order for this movement, this is why this movement's not going anywhere, Diane. We got too many people lukewarm, too many people in and out, too many people compromise, too many people compromising, too many people saying wishy-washy and flipping and flopping and stuff like all in place. We need people to say, okay, this is the life I want to live. You know what I'm saying? This is the life I chose to live. There's things I got to give up. You know what I'm saying? There's ways of things I used to do that I can't do anymore. You know, you can't be half in and half out. If you're being pulled back to the streets and everything, go back there. You know, but we cannot have people half in, half out because if people don't want to change, no matter what you give them, no matter where you send them, everything, it's still going to be the same thing. You give them response. Why do you think when people run for public office, they look at not public office, even Supreme Court. They look back at everything you've written your whole entire life. They look at you, what you did in high school, college, everything, right? As a judgment or what type of character. Your character determines your judgment, you know. And when you're in a position of power over people's lives and everything like that, you cannot make the same. You have to have the law of probability on your side. If 99% of the time in your life you make good decisions, right? It's probable that you're going to make the right decisions most 99% of the time. You may make one decision wrong and everything, but that's a plus or minus factor, what they say. But what we have in our country is people don't want to make no right decisions the whole life, and they want to get in a position of power where they can influence people, and that's a problem. So
Let's see what we got here in the chat room. Shout out to everybody in the chat room. Appreciate you guys joining us. Make sure you hit that like button. Hit that like button, you guys. Make sure you hit that like button.
somebody said, Mr. Jiggle Diplo said, we need to put an end to views that endorses drug culture. Yeah, I agree with that. You know, I agree with that. So you can't talk to me if I look at your album. You're talking about drugs, violence, gangs, stuff like that, and then you're giving a platform. You're giving movie roles and all stuff like that. And I'm asking myself this: you're saying to the kids, you're saying to the youth. The youth want you to say, no, that's not right. The kid doesn't know any better. Somebody 18, 19, they don't know any better. When they see grown people with millions of dollars in the bank talking about my crip life and my blood life, and it's about that. Look, you got people in their 50s promoting this stuff. What chances are you have?
Hey, hold on, you just said something, Colin. Literally in their 50s.
In their 50s, banging, drug dealing, banging, running the clubs and whatnot. You know how stupid you look? You're a man in your 50s. You're still chasing young girls out in the club and running the streets and whatnot. You know what you're a freaking clown you are? And so the bottom line is this. By the way, the kids want role models. They want us to be men, be examples. Just like I had role models coming up. I had my father, my grandfather, uncles, and everything. They showed me the way what a man's supposed to be. These kids don't have that. So up to us, up to me. I'm uncompromising. I live my life as an example. I don't do things and everything. Yo, I would love to get out there and kick it and everything like that. And sometimes, I go out there, this, that, thing. But the bottom line, I know I have nephews, nieces, and everybody watching me. They're watching my life. They're watching what I do. They're watching the decisions I make. It
Mm-hmm.
ain't about me anymore. That's the problem. Black people, grown people are selfish. They don't care about their children. Your children are supposed to be protected. You're supposed to keep them innocent. But you don't care about the kids and everything. All you about is what can I get from me, not what I'm gonna leave by for the next generation. If you don't want to build nationhood, you don't believe it's gonna be for you and everything. What about the next generation? What about your kids and grandkids and the future generations? That's the difference between us and everything. Only thing we inherit in our community is fuckery and coonery and buffoonery passed down from generation to generation, and we wonder why we don't have our kids don't have a chance. No, you can't change people's environment only. You have to change people. We have to change the mentality and who we are. We're the only group of people that there's a discussion about your ancestry. You got people talking about I ain't black, I'm Native American. All this kind of freaking nonsense.
Hebrewism.
The only group of people in the world that has a problem with their identity is the black person in America. Other people, if you gave them the chance to build a nation like Liberia, they would have taken it. Get the fuck out of here. Let's build a nation. We hate ourselves. We have people sworn enemies of Black America in high positions of power. I'm calling out the ADOS shit. How can you basically talk about building something and you got people talking about they ain't African, they hate other Africans, they hate other black people and everything like that? That's fuckery.
I'm gonna say this though, Colin. I think that's a small portion.
I'm still real good. Go online. More and more friggin' ADOS people pop up. And there was just an article in a major magazine online talking about the ADOS movement. Now I'm saying they'll talk about that Mark Williams, that Reverend Mark Williams. I remember him from back in the '90s. He was from the '90s.
Okay.
He just had an altercation with an ADOS person where he smacked the person in the face at a thing. Got ADOS people rolled up on him. Now they're rolling up on people, instigating fights and everything like that. Next, you're going to have these ADOS people attacking black immigrants. And who's behind all this? The people who don't like the black African infrastructure that we want to have black African infrastructure working together globally. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm African American. I'm proud of that. This, that, the other thing. Yeah, I want an African American nation state and African everything. But I'm still part of the African global diaspora and the global family. They want to basically get rid of that and replace it with this so-called ADOS where we're alienated. We're alienating ourselves from the black world. That's what it's all about. That's all it's all about. Because you can be ADOS and also be a nationalist. But most ADOS don't want anything to do with Africa. They only want something to do with America and white America. You know? Yeah. Yeah, the ADOS is a gang. Somebody said Brian Brown, he's a gang. Get your coon ass, somebody get him out of here. Get him out of here. Well, this freaking this person wasn't Asian talk silent about their African. Yeah, there's self-hatred. You know what I'm saying? It's all it is. Tone Talk says Lapita, who I love. Oh my God. I saw a picture of her, that beautiful black skin. Oh my God. She's just so just smooth, cute. Oh my God, just lovely. How could you say you don't want her playing her? I'm honored that she has something to do with our dusty ass community sometimes, I'm honored. I want more Africans to play African American roles. I don't care. You know? So the bottom line is this. Colin needs a Fox News show. No, I need my own show. Somewhere on thing. When Dynasty blows up, when Dynasty gets his own TV network, I'm gonna have a show.
It's coming too. It's coming.
It's coming.
It's coming. It's coming.
It's coming. When he gets his own TV show, I'm gonna have a spot,
Oh, yeah.
And then we're gonna turn this shit up. You know what I'm saying? Like you never said, Colin give false information. No, I'm giving the truth. That's why you're so mad about it.
Okay, hold on. Mark Thompson is a pro-U.S. government Democratic bootleg. If Colin is defending him, he's suspect. Is that true, Colin?
What's this? Who, Mark?
Mark Thompson?
Look, that's another thing. Just because I haven't heard Mark Thomas speak since 1997. That was 20 something years ago.
Is it Thomas or Thompson?
Thompson, Mark Thompson. I think it's Mark Thompson. I have not talked to him, spoke, or seen him speaking like that. All I know is he's a reverend now, and he was an activist back in the '90s. He was with that hip hop, rock the vote stuff and everything. I don't know him, but I do know this: he doesn't like Ada. He's suspect of Ada. I would basically have. I don't know anything about his politics now and everything like that. Don't haven't heard him speak. I don't know, but that's an unfair charge to label on me. But I do see what he says about this Adolf is divisive. It's based on divisiveness. Nothing good could come out of divisiveness unless it's built in truth and fact. You cannot basically talk about ADOS, but yet your target is always somebody else black. You don't ADOS. You have to hear ADOS people talk about white people, talk about white racism, and stuff like that. They say, "Oh, white racism is a problem," but the solution is to get closer to white people and love white people more. That's what the so-called ADOS movement seems like it's going to. So it's just like I said, bullshit on whole wheat toast with a side of fries. You know, if you can stomach that, then you can stomach ADOS. You know, So that's the thing. So yeah. So what else, guys?
No, let's see what else we got here in the chat room. Let's see here. Chris Jaron says you're wrong on ADOS.
How am I wrong?
Yeah, how is he wrong?
How's he wrong? Explain. Give me detail. I go by what I hear. You know what I'm saying? I go by what I hear. You know what I'm saying? I go by what I hear. I don't go by figures. I go by literally what I'm reading. I'm reading. And some of the people, and not only that, the ADOS fans.
Here we go. Okay, so Africanos Americano says European immigration grows the white community. Latino immigration grows the Latino community. The Negroes to understand that Black immigration grows the Black community. How has, I guess, Black immigration made
I'll tell you.
Let me finish. How has Black immigration made an impact on the Black American community?
See, you gotta understand something. This is what they fear. This is very important. Of all the stuff I'm gonna tell you now, this is the most important. When I was a little kid back in South Jamaica, Queens, back in the 70s, right? In the early 70s, I was a little kid, little boy. You had Black people who spoke and lived in a community who spoke a different accent. There were Black people coming from Harlem. So my family came from Harlem via North Carolina, right? There was Black people flooding in from Harlem, right? New Black people buying up houses, white people moving out to Levistown. So literally hundreds and thousands of Black people moved into this once white, Jewish, and Irish enclave. White people moved out to the island and moved into this place, southeast Queens, South Jamaica, Queens, right? Beautiful suburbia, beautiful houses were nice, real nice place, right? We saw there. Not only did we have Black people there, right? We also had Indian people there. We had people from East India who grew up in the same hood. The girls were playing double dutch just like everybody. We had Chinese people. We had people from the islands. We had all people from all over. But it was mostly African American slave descendants that were the majority. Middle, working class, everything like that, working in the city, everything. Now, these Black communities were becoming a competition because white America felt that people should be trying to integrate with them. So therefore, what do? You bring in drugs, violence, crime, and everything. Now, instead of those people, we had guys from. You see those dark skinned Indian dudes? You know what I'm saying, from India that look like they're Black and whatnot.
Yeah.
Living in the Black community as Black people. Yo, my brother, this, that, and the other thing, playing handball or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Doing all the stuff that everybody do in the hood. You know what I'm saying? And they living as Black people. Wearing the hairstyle, same thing like that. Same thing. The girls wearing their hair cornrows and stuff like that. How beautiful that is. And so, yeah, if I'm from India or whatnot, we ain't care you Black. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. Black was Black. We have Chinese girls, Chinese people out there, who are cool, just like that, That's how our community was. We were always welcoming to everybody. There are a lot of Caribbean people, everything. Everybody lived together. You know what I'm saying? Now, when crack comes in the 80s and everything, these people and Blacks start moving out of the community and everything. And then not only that, these new immigrants are moving into areas where Black people, African American traditionally, aren't really in large numbers. They're moving into most predominantly white areas. Before they were pro-black when they moved into our areas, but then like I said, after the crack and the gangs and all that gang culture and everything took over many areas and everything, then they started moving into the white areas. But you even seen that movie Do the Right Thing. Remember?
It's been so long. I got to watch.
Remember Robin Harris was sitting there with the one guy from the islands, and they were both sitting there. He goes, "Come on, you two black asses should open up the store like the Koreans." So they were doing the same thing. They had the same problems we had. People from the islands, everything like that, talking about black this and black that. They were, you know what I'm saying? Along with the black community up there. This idea that black people from the Caribbean and Africa were separated from black America is something new. This is because a lot of people are moving into the suburbs. You got social media, and their inner circles are not the same inner circles and stuff like that because people have more access to white America and more access to other things, so they don't have to really deal with same thing. Same thing with a lot of black people in America, African Americans. They're not really in the community no more anymore. Everything, but we still feel an allegiance to the hood. The hood is the homeland in many black American circles. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Right now, we don't live there, and the majority of us don't live in the hood no more. The bottom line is the gangs and all the stuff like that are controlling it, and the narrative has changed. And then, like with that narrative, a lot of people don't want to be associated. You got a lot of African immigrants don't want to be associated with that. Some of my Liberian boys do. The Crom boys, they love the hood. You know what I'm saying? They love, for some reason, Philly. You know what I'm saying? Them boys, they love it. They love the hood. More hood, the better. For some reason, Liberians.
Mm-hmm.
But for the most part, most African immigrants, most Caribbean immigrants don't want anything to do with that. They don't want to do anything to do with the hood anymore. So that's what it is. And the bottom line, like I said, it's because the image of the black community, instead of being someplace safe and sanctuary that you feel safe from white America, black people end up fleeing because instead of being pursued by the Al Cracker, we start being pursued by Al Nigger. You know what I'm saying? Forget about Al Qaeda.
Mm-hmm.
It's Al Cracker and Al Nigger. And it's a survival thing. It's not anything joking. You could really die in some of these communities. You could be stuck up at any night and robbed and stuck up by a stick-up kid and everything like that. Your house could get burglarized and broken into. Your car, for me, it was my car. After you getting your window smashed in a few times, and I had a gun stolen out of my car, and I said I had enough. And I moved to Virginia when I said, look, I tried to love my people and stuff like that, man. And I said, look, I moved I moved from Norfolk out to the Virginia Beach. I said, no more. I'll go there to visit and hang out and everything, but when I lay my head down, I gotta have peace.
Right.
And so that's basic what it is. Somebody said, Mr. Africa, black immigrants are not anti-African immigrants. They actually feel out of fear because gangbang. Of course, I agree with that. That's a legitimate concern of African immigrants. The gang banging is at an all-time high. Nobody wants to be around that shit. Hey man, come back and build the hoods. Why? So you can jack me? So I could be another Nipsey Hustle? Okay. No, let's build something new. I say let's build. We can't build the hood because they're regentrifying it. And they're taking it over, and they're using the gangbangers to accelerate that process of taking it over. Everything because a couple of years, like I say in Norfolk, there's like 5 neighborhoods that were all black, and everybody used to kick it, party, and everything like that. Now they're mostly white. It goes from black to white, and they use the gang members and the gang culture to speed the process along.
Mm-hmm.
Get rid of the black role models and the people and stuff like that. Eventually, when 80% of the people on Section 8 still left and everything, now it's time to just go ahead and seize it back, seize the whole neighborhood back and everything.
Cut off the Section 8.
So coming in. So if you guys want to keep fighting us on this and keep thinking you know more than us and everything, thinking and stuff like that, the mentality, the black mentality got to change. We got to change that. I'll get Section 8, but you in the club every weekend and you buying a $300, like right next to my office is a hair salon, right? Mm-hmm. In the hallway, right? And these women be coming out there like, dang, boy, they be coming out there. And I see, I'll tell you, I told one of my partners on BAO was at my office, Mr. Ron, and this girl came in the office. She wanted to know where the hair salon I directed to her. And outside in the car waiting for her, some fat white guy as a boyfriend. I said, Ron, give me a second. I don't believe what I just saw. I guess he's paying for her weave, whatever, like that. Mm-hmm. Fuckery and ratchetness is at an all-time high. fuckery and ratchetness and race mixing and all that stuff like that, and swirling is at an all time high. So the bottom line is, like I said, people got money for weaves and all these Jordans and everything like that, but they basically don't want to have money to pay their rent. Live with dignity. You want Section 8. I understand some people need it, and I get that. But when you're out there spending your money and everything like that, blowing your money on clubs and everything, and you work and everything, but you rather have Section 8 because it's easy life. Some people, that's the only life they know. And so our whole community supposed to be held hostage because Lucretia wants her Section 8.
I mean, hey, LAZ, shout out for the super chat. He says, Black people quit too soon, focus on perseverance. What are your thoughts in regards to that?
I agree with that. We quit. You know what I'm saying? And one of the things we quit on is the idea of helping build and using our talents and everything to help build Africa. That's a future. That's a future. We have to, every Black person, even if you're not a nationalist or Pan-African, should support that. Should support the Black African Infrastructure Organization and our long-term goals. Long-term, it's not going to go anyplace. So, like I said, you can't beat them, join them. You might as well just go ahead and join us. Because you're not going to beat us and you're not going to go away. This is inevitable. This is destiny.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, dread it, run from it. Destiny arrives all the same. And now it's here. The words of the great Thanos. And now it's here.
Okay, let me read this comment by Africanos Americanos because it doesn't make sense. Okay, so he starts. No, let me scroll down. Here we go. In fact, let me start off with his first comment, and then let me finish. Caller, white British actors have pretty much taken over Hollywood. Not true, but European. Yeah, that's not true at all. But European Americans never attacked them, but only ADOS goes after Black immigrant actors. Now that's some BS. Now, as far as Europeans taking over Hollywood, that's not true. But as far as Black American going after African actors, that's BS. I don't agree with.
That's that old Sambo. Africans different from me, and we're different. We're different. I'm a Black American. All that
was crazy, and this is why Yvette Carnell blocked me on her Facebook page when she was complaining about Black Panther and the non-ADOS actors in Black Panther. And I said, okay, well, how about Black people just create their own studios and shoot their own movies, and then they can hire whoever they want. Right. Black folks ain't got no money.
Well, you see that. You see, I wish I could.
See me and Tone talk. We do the data. We do the research. And Black folks ain't got no money.
But yet, you see $500 and $800 super chat. Hey, guys, give me a second. I gotta go to the restroom. Give me 1 second.
Okay. Yeah. Black folks ain't got no money. Black folks ain't got no see. I do the research. I do the data. See, I got the research. I do the data. If Black folks ain't got no money, for me and Tone, we know that Black folks ain't got no money. Exactly what they said. It's like, come on. My goodness. Everyone, thank you for joining us. Make sure you hit that like button as you come into the chat. Please hit that like button. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And that's all I'm saying. Like all the money in Black Hollywood, create your own studio, shoot your own Black Panther. Then you can hire who you want. If you're upset with white-owned Marvel Studios or whoever shot it for hiring non-ADOS actors, you mad. Please. And then when I say, hey, how about you build your own studio? Black folks ain't got no money. Black folks ain't got no money. See, I do the research. I got the data.
Black
folks ain't got no money.
But how did Black folks giving her $500 super? Who else giving her $500? Is it the white nationalists? That's a clear question. If Black folks ain't got no money, who's giving her I would estimate $5,000 sometimes, $6,000 a night on super chat? Who the hell is giving it? Or who's funding her Patreon? And Black ain't got no money, I'm just sick of these parasites in Black America. We're tired of them. You're not one of us. You know what I'm saying? You ain't really Black. You're not one of us. And we want you gone. Right now, Black America is going to become an exclusive club. If you're a coon, a fool like this David Johnson character troll that keeps trolling me and whatnot, He wrote that that he's a Trump supporter. Now he's in there talking thing. Calling up bladder. Yo, man, I got I had surgery. I'm on medication. I gotta go to the bathroom every like 1 hour. Every hour I gotta go to the bathroom. I'm saying, yeah. But I went to piss on myself. But the bottom line is this. Bottom line, this guy David Johnson in the chat room is troll and is a Trump supporter, and he's around here pro ADOS. He's ADOS for the sole purpose of hating Africans. I had to condemn him for talking to one of my Liberian sisters out of turn and everything, and he knows what I'm talking about. And he was talking about Liberians. I said, no, you don't talk to my Liberian sisters like that. And she was like, my girl, she was like, I ain't gonna say her name on here, but she was like, thank you, Carl. You're such a gentleman. We go back and forth all the time, but you're a real gentleman. I said, oh, look at this. You know? What I'm saying? I didn't say you said about Blair. I'm not an old man, fool. So the whole thing, I just have a gray. I'm not old. I just got gray on my beard. Anyway, jackass, I didn't say you said that. I said I was laughing about what guy said about my black issue. I'm talking about your ass. Don't change the subject. Who basically is a Trump supporter. You are a Trump supporter and troll, an ADOS troll agent, and I've caught you on many occasions disparaging African immigrants on Facebook all the time. So you troll these sites and everything, causing disruption between Africans and African Americans and Black Caribbeans and everything, and you want to sit here and act like you're all freaking innocent. No, I'm sorry, dude. It don't work like that. So you really basically have been busted and everything. Nice try, but I do pay attention to these chat rooms. You know, Not as more if I should be. But I do pay attention to these chat rooms. Actually, Trump would be proud of you, Colin. I wasn't high as that. I'm talking about building an African American nation. That will disrupt the whole global geopolitical system. You know, there's another myth I want to dispel right now. This idea that white nationalists and white supremacists support black nationalists and they want us to succeed.
Who said that?
That's what they think. That's what they think. They think that if you talk about nation building and you don't care about you think America's fuckery and everything, you don't have a future in America, you're giving up on America and the white supremacists support you. No, they don't. It would behoove the white supremacists to keep fooling you and thinking that you're going to get somewhere in America, only in America. Not saying you can't do anything in America, right? But saying that the boundaries of America, like Ralph Ellison said, the shore to shore mentality. When you're in captivity, the borders of America are like a cage, like bars. You can't think beyond the borders of America. You can't invest or build or think internationally. The American borders are the white man's manifest destiny. This is where he ruled. This is his domain. This is from coast to coast, sea to shining sea. That's the white American's domain. That is your captivity and your subjugation. That's why you're going through the stuff you're going. That's why your communities fail. That's why we got crime, we got self-hate, also like that, because we are in captivity. My only argument is you cannot bring that captive mind anything to the African continent and build something else. You got to start thinking like a landlord. You got to start thinking like a conqueror. You got to thinking like a builder. You know what I'm saying? A nationalist. A nationalist is all those things. He's taking full responsibility for himself and his future.
Sure. Anything else you want to share, Colin?
Oh, I think we got that. I got that off. I think we covered everything. We covered everything. But we were back on Wednesday night, and we're continue to light the fire. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep putting my foot up your ass. You know what I'm saying? Because I love you.
Real quick, and Lai says, "Okay, here we go. This is a good question. Now, I chose Nigeria, but why?"
We are looking to Rwanda. We are looking at Rwanda.
Okay, there we go. That was the answer.
Yeah. No, what'd you say? You said you chose Nigeria. What'd you say?
He was saying, "Why won't AAs look to Rwanda?" I said,
we are.
Man, Colin, we gotta do a whole show on this. Your boy Kagame is a dictator, evil dictator.
Oh, I'm sick and tired of it. I'm sick. Somebody was going that hole up the other night in the chat room about that. It's the same. What it is, the Rwandans the new American Liberians. As soon when you have a continent full of misery, right? As soon as you start having peace, it brings jealousy. It wasn't just the indigenous Liberians that overthrew the American Liberians. Even though Liberia helped every last single African country get free, right? Get free. Train every African national post World War II came to Liberia. Tubman was the grandfather of the continent. He trained a whole generation of young black national African nationals on the continent, like Kwame Nkrumah, Nyerere, Nelson Mandela. All of them came to Tubman's home in Liberia. And so the bottom line is this. And the thanks for that was a large number of the indigenous people on the continent, like I said, just saw that Liberia was an imperialist country. The American Liberians were imperialist rulers, and the indigenous people were left out of the picture. And they supported the coup. While the governments and heads of state didn't support the coup, a lot of the so-called local people around Africa, West Africa, supported the coup. They thought they were going to benefit from so-called indigenous people running Liberia. And just the opposite happened. A lot of the so-called indigenous people from Ghana and everything were persecuted and killed, where they lived in peace under the American Liberian rule.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing is happening in Rwanda right now. Rwanda is inviting African Americans and giving them, you can have dual citizenship with 6 months. We checked it out. Bell within Liberia, Rwanda. Investment opportunities are there, stuff like that. Peaceful country. Yes, we are looking at Rwanda as a country to build in. Yes, that's on the table. You know, so we just need more connections. If this guy Raz wants to join the BAIO, somebody put the link in the chat room. Let's see. Okay. Let's see if I can. BAIO.
Yeah, Makala, go ahead and close out.
Did I put it in right? Did I put it in, I think I put the thing in. I can't see this. Hey, can you put the link to the BL?
Okay, I'll do it again. Hold on.
Okay. Yeah, Chloe. Yeah, like I said, thanks for coming in to join us on a Sunday afternoon. Like I said, for now on, Diane's supposed to, if I'm not doing nothing or taking somebody out on a date, something like that, I'll be here on Wednesdays and Sundays. You know, we'll be doing this. Hopefully, I could be on a Shade show. He invited me to come on. I was on a super chat last night. Love that young brother. Shout out to the Negro Manosphere, Shade, you know, the brothers over there and the Negro Manosphere and what they're doing and stuff like that. You know, and like I said, we're all us black men in America, the African American male, we only have each other. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully our sisters will join us one day, but we only have each other. You know, that's why, you know, like I said, anybody who talks about killing another black man and killing or terrorizing us and everything, you are not my brother. You are not my friend. You are my sworn enemy. And I'll do anything I can to get rid of you. If you sing about killing my people or killing other black people, you are my enemy. So that's just a word of warning. If people think they're gonna one day come over to the continent with that bullshit, no, it's not gonna happen. You're gonna be swinging from a rope after you had a trial, and the last face you're gonna see is mine.
All right, brother. Everyone, thank you.
Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, everyone, thank you so much for joining us. Make sure you go to search for Uhuru. Make sure you go to the BAIO name site. The link is in the chat room. Go to search for Uhuru on Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, and Facebook. Like, share, and subscribe. Again, like this video, share it, please. Again, thank you so much for joining us. Dynasty Mirror Search for Uhuru. Till next time, peace.
Peace.